A lot of people are having trouble healing because they have trouble admitting that they're not healed. Like like people will say be careful with your happiness, man. Like you don't want to and I'm like, "No. I'll never have overly positive happiness, like that fake happiness shit. When I'm sad, I'll make a video of me bawling my eyes out like a little baby. Because I don't care what other people think about me. I just want to be real. I want to be authentic. I want to be me, and I want to feel human. I don't know how to explain it, but it is human to not be okay. It's normal. But because other people care more about, people will care more about the people that will see them on the screens than they do about themselves. I care more about no offense to y'all, I love y'all, but I care more about myself than I care about y'all. So in this healthy way, not in some ego way, but in this way where I'm well, I don't care what they think about me. So when my ex-girlfriend left me and I'm here alone for the first time, I'm bawling my eyes out, I didn't hide it. I said it. I explained it. I expressed it. I didn't do drugs to avoid it. I expressed it. This is why people don't heal. Instead of expressing their sadness, they cover it up with drugs and alcohol. Instead of expressing their sadness, they cover it up with a smile. Instead of expressing their sadness, they cover it up by going to hang out with this person and going to this party, and I'm gonna party it up, and then go to the bar the next weekend and I'm gonna party it up. Then I'm gonna go to some concert the next weekend and I'm gonna party it up. They're in this thing of avoiding. Then they're like, oh, I gotta go travel so I can avoid this thing. So then they go to the Bahamas and they travel, and then they come back here and then they're like, oh, I don't really feel that well. Oh, maybe I should start going doing some more things, and then they go do some more things, and then eventually, they're gonna have to sit down with themselves and realize that, to heal, you have to work on yourself. You can't, it's you don't work on your life. I don't know how to explain it. There's a difference between working on your life and working on yourself. But most people are only working on their life, and then they're forgetting about themselves. So, and by doing that, they'll have the good life, but then they're not themselves. So then they don't feel right. So if you have the good life, and doing all this other shit, a lot of people will then try to make it seem like they're doing better than they are on social media. They'll then talk about the good times, but then they never speak about the bad times. They talk about they never admit reality. You'll never heal if you don't admit your reality. So a couple videos ago, I was I don't have the money to fix my teeth yet, but I will. But most people wouldn't even mention that, bro. They would be so embarrassed to mention that they wouldn't even mention that. Embarrassed for what? Could you care about other people's opinions? Why? I don't care about no one's opinion besides myself. So I care that 4 years ago I was depressed, cutting myself, self-harming, had anxiety attacks, freaking out, hated life. I don't know. Every morning I would wake up and I say I fucking hate life. I would literally be like, I fucking hate life. Now I wake up and I'm like, bro, this shit is awesome. Life is awesome. But that's my perspective. I changed my mind before I started changing my life. I fixed myself before I started fixing my life. Most people do the exact opposite. I fixed myself, and now my life still isn't really where I want it to be, but because I am a healed version of myself, I know I can work to get my life where I want it to be. But if your life is already on this awesome thing, but you are not who you want to be, it is so much harder to try to have the good life turn you into the man you want to be. So I don't know, it's a weird thing. Life is funny because there's so much shit going on that people think that the things going on is life, but the things going on, it's just that's what life is right now, but that's not what life will always be. But the one thing that will always be is us. I don't know, you can heal yourself. You can get in shape. You can fix your mind. You can work on the thing with your loved ones. You can work on the things that really matter. But because people care so much about other people, that because they know other people, like, the world would be happier with me. Like, I'd be famous if I got rich. If I was a rich guy saying, oh, I got rich, I got my house, I traveled to the Bahamas last week and I did all that, I would already be famous. But don't you think that's a fucking problem? Like, that's exactly why I don't do that shit. Because, like, I don't give a fuck that other people want a nice house. I don't give a shit that they want me to want the nice house. They want me to want to have millions. Like, yeah, maybe one day I might have millions. But, like, people want me to obsess over it. No, I obsessed over healing. That's what I obsessed over. I obsessed over becoming the best version of myself. That's what I obsessed over. I'm obsessed with the way with changing my mindset, with becoming a greater version of myself, with being the man that God wanted me to be. That's what I'm obsessed with. That's why, and this is the funny thing, I got obsessed with healing. Like, I got obsessed with healing, so of course I healed. If you're not obsessed with healing, you might not get there. Like, I got so obsessed with it that it was all I could see. It was all I'm like, especially when I ended up alone, and I'm like, I'm fucked, bro. Like, imagine sitting here by yourself right now, so listen. You hear how quiet it is? That's it. When I turn the camera off, that's it. Nobody's here but me. But I'm able to sit here and be happy and at peace. I'm never lonely, but I spend a lot of time alone. But that's because I worked on myself. I worked on my mind. I worked on the things. I seen this meme the other day. It said, work on things that people can't take away from you. Like your character, like the way you think, your mindset, like who you are as a person, like things that people could never take away from me. But because a lot of people spent their entire life building a life so other people can see them and see that, oh, they did something good with their life. See, they got a nice house. See, they got rich. See, they started this business. See, they did this and this and this. Like, it's great. People see. But let me tell you, the things that I have done that make me feel great in life, none of y'all can see. There's nothing I can show y'all that's going to be like, oh, this is why I'm healed. This is why I'm happy. This is why I'm at peace. No, it's because it's not a materialized item. It's my mind. Like, I built my mindset from scratch with my bare hands. Like, I built it. I cut out the Netflix. I focused on learning. I got educated. I worked on myself because, like, I made it a fucking obsession. I would sit in front of a computer for 7 hours just learning information. I would sit in front of a computer learning, gaining information, expressing the information, fucking figuring out what I'm doing wrong, looking at my mistakes, looking at, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I looked at everything I needed to do for myself. That's why I'm healed. You're not going to heal from getting a nice house. You're not going to heal going to the Bahamas. You're not going to heal doing any of that. That is all avoiding yourself. Now, if you want to travel, that's great. If you want a big house, that's great. But don't ever expect that shit to heal you. Don't ever expect that shit to heal your mental health, to make you feel better, or to make people like you more. Because they don't like you, they like the things you could do for them. Like, just work on yourself, bro.